Good morning all of you. Welcome back. In our previous class, we have seen a question of sport in Unit 1. And as I mentioned you earlier, that in our objective pet, along with the unit-wise grammar, vocabulary and skills practice, at the end of each unit, we have an exam folder. In that exam folder, we will have the questions similar to the pattern of questions in Cambridge Preliminary English Test. Now, let me remind you once again about this Cambridge Preliminary English Test, which is being attempted by us at the end of this semester. And this is a B1 level English proficiency test, and which is above A2 and A1, and in the third year you are going to take a B2 level English proficiency test. And now we are going to see what are the components of this preliminary English test. So far, any examination that you have taken at your school level, those tests have focused on your reading abilities or writing abilities. But now, this examination is going to give equal priority to all the 4 language skills of yours: listening, speaking, reading and writing. Now, in this test, we will have these 4 parts: reading, writing, listening and speaking. All the 4 skills are given equal priority in the examination. Now, let us see more closely what components would be there in each one. And in reading, you will have 7 parts in the reading paper. 7 parts. And there may be one small message followed by multiple choice answers, or a large passage followed by multiple choice questions, or a closed passage with some blanks that you need to fill, or need to fill the gap by choosing one answer from the given, or sometimes it is open close without giving you any clue, the blanks you need to fill with your own knowledge. So all those parts would be introduced to you one after the other during our work in these units. Now, let us see reading. There are 7 parts and its weightage is 25%. And for writing, there are only 2 parts. One article and one short story that you are going to write. Either a letter or a short story that you are going to write here. And in writing part, there are only 2 questions, and each question that you need to answer in about 100 words. 100 words means that your answer should not be less than 90 words. Your answer should not be more than 110 words. Precisely that you need to write your answer in 100 words only. That's why there will be a lot of focus on the correctness of your expression in writing test. There may be, in the writing test, those words that you are writing would be counted even. That's why we have 15 exam folders which are focusing on developing our writing skills. Next, listening. This is another most ignored skill. Ignored in the sense, though we are using it all through, but we haven't paid any systematic attention on our listening. And here in each unit, we have certain listening component, and that component will help us a consistent work on listening parts. And the last one is speaking, and this examination would be generally conducted prior to these remaining three components. And in the speaking, you will attend the examination in pairs and 2 examiners will test. We will show you some videos and we will give you mock practice, and all through in our training, you focus and you participate in communication activities. And there are 4 parts even in speaking test. And the parts of each component may be irregular. And the assessment may be of different criteria. But finally, all the marks in each component, that is each part marks, would be finally normalized, and that would be taken as 25% weightage in the total PET score. And total PET score ranging from some 120 to 170. And the students who get 120 to 170 will get the certification. But 120 to 139 if we get, that is A2 level, and only if we get 140 to 159 you will get B1 level certificate, and 160 to 170 if you get B2 level certificate. Here, in this way, depending upon your performance, measuring your performance, your English proficiency level would be certified. That's why those who are ranging from 120 to 170 in each skill would be measured, and all the 4 skills average, each skill would be calculated from 120 to 170, and the average of 4 skills would be your final score. Based on that, you will get the grade. Now, let us focus one by one each component from simple to complex. Gradually, we will work on. Now, let us begin our working on exam folders. This is exam folder 1. We are beginning with reading part 1. And this reading part 1 consists of 5 short messages. These short messages are real life messages. The notice boards or the email or text messages or any information that we read in a leaflet, just some 25 to 35 words in between. Any message what we read at the hospitals or in the parks or at the railway stations or at the luggage counters, small notices would be given to us. They are all authentic material. Authentic material means those are taken from the real life examples. They are not specially designed for any academic purpose or examination purpose. So in our real life, are we able to read English and understand English and respond to that information would be tested in this B1 level. Basic communication skills, basic conversational skills and basic English language use would be tested here. Now, let us see. First of all, do we have the information, that is idea of what type of message is given to us? Now, look at this message. Here is one message. Look at its format. By looking at the format of this, we can see that delete, reply, reply all, forward, print. So it shows that it is some e-content. It may be that generally we get this in the internet, and this is of mail. This sports camp is great, but the changing room is small and dirty. Also, the cafe is always crowded. So my friends and I eat in the park. Maria has written this message to somebody, maybe to her parents or to her friends or anything. And what type of message is this? Look at different types of messages here. And a text message, a telephone message, an email, a notice, a post-it note. Now, do we know what are these? Now, let us see. First of all, this is an email. It is clear to us, and we have categorized this as a mail. Now, let's move on to the next one. Already, mail is done. The swimming pool opens at 6:30 a.m. except Sundays when it opens at 7 a.m. What type of message is this? A text message, a telephone message, an email, a notice, a post-it note. Generally, this type of information would be given at the entrance of the park or the swimming pool. So, generally a notice would be given to us. This is a kind of notice. Now, let us see the next one. Here, once again, the format, the outline of a message, that it shows that it is a cell phone and here some information has been sent or received. It is too cold for football practice tonight, but come to the gym for fitness training, Mr. Collins. Mr. Collins has sent this message. And this message, is it a telephone message or a text message? We have doubt. Some students may think that it is a telephone or a cell phone, that's why it is a telephone message. And generally, that type of conclusion that we should not go, and it is a text message, short message. And texting is that something we type by using the keyboard. And that's why this comes under the category of text message. We have seen what is a mail, what is a notice, and what is a text message. And sometimes people send an SMS. Instead of that, they simply say, I text, I send the text, or she is texting. And such texting is this, text message. Next one, look at this. Here is one notepad or a small notes for writing, and here is some information written. Jami, phone message from Kara. She is going swimming tonight and says, would you like to go with her? Phone her before 7, please, Dad. And it shows that Dad received this message and passing this message to Jami. What is this message? It is a telephone message that Dad has received, and this message has come for Jami. And the last one here is, look at this. Paulo, here is the information about the sports center. I always go on Tuesday evenings. Ring me if you can come with me next Tuesday. Marco. Marco has given this message, and this outline of the message shows that this message has been pasted somewhere. And this type of message, generally we call it as post-it note. And we post this message by writing it and sticking on at the front door or at our desk or at the place where it is visible to people. So a post-it note is simple messages we draft and stick it on somewhere, and this is of that kind. And these are generally different kinds of messages or short messages, short text that we get at part 1, reading part 1 of preliminary English test, PET. Now, a text message is followed by 3 multiple choice responses, and we need to read and understand this text, and we have to choose which of these options rightly explains the message of this this information. Look at the message. This sports camp is great, but the changing room is small and dirty. Also, the cafe is always crowded, so my friends and I eat in the park. Maria has sent this message. Now, look at which of these options would rightly convey the message of the text. Maria meets her friends in the cafe. Let us check whether this statement is right or wrong or truly reflecting or not. The cafe is always crowded. This is the information given here. The cafe is always crowded. But there is no enough information whether Maria meets her friends in the cafe or not. That's why we can't say that option A is correct. Next, Maria eats outdoors. There is no word like outdoors in the entire message. But one important advice is that we should not look for the word equivalents. The words which are there in the options may not be found in the message given to you. That's why don't depend on word equivalents while you are working on this examination. The meaning is more important. What is the meaning? So my friends and I eat in the park. Is this park indoors or outdoors? Obviously park is an outdoor. So Maria eats outdoors. So maybe correct. Let us see the remaining or the last option even. Maria likes the changing room. How do we know? Look at this. This camp is great, but what does it mean? But is a connector which connects two opposite ideas. He is sick, but he attended the classes. So here, that person is there, the sick person obviously takes rest, but this person attended. So in such a way, two opposite ideas. He is rich, but he is unhappy. So in such a way, opposite ideas. This sports camp is great. She is happy with the sports camp. But the problem is, the changing room is small and dirty. Maria likes the changing room. Look at this word. When something is small and dirty, do we generally like it? No. This is the commonsensical meaning that we get out of this. That's why, so option 1 is wrong, option 3 is wrong, and option 2 is correct. So B is the right answer. So in this way, we have to go by reading intensely and finding out through the meaning of these words. Now look at the second one. The swimming pool opens at 6:30 a.m. except Sundays when it opens at 7 a.m. What does it mean? Let's find it out. The swimming pool opens at 6:30 every day. The swimming pool opens at 6:30 except Sundays. Every day includes Sunday even. But on Sunday, it is not opened at 6:30. So it is an exception. That's why we can say that it is not opened at 6:30 every day. The swimming pool opens at 7 on Sundays when it opens at 7 a.m. Seems to be close. The swimming pool opens early at weekends. Sunday, is it a weekend or a weekday? Saturday and Sunday in European culture are generally considered to be weekends. And even in India, Sunday is a weekend for us. So that's why here weekend, is it early or late? It is a key word. So 6:30 is early, 7 is late. It's later or late. And now the word early is wrong. Generally it is 6:30, but it is opened late on Sundays. That's why option C is also wrong. And finally, option B is correct in this context. Now let us see the next one, a text message. It is too cold for football practice tonight, but come to the gym for fitness training. Mr. Collins, maybe coach or a captain of the team, has sent the message. So it is not possible for practice tonight. The reason is too cold, very cold, and they cannot practice. And come to the fitness training. And this is the message given. Look at option A, football practice is cancelled tonight. Football practice is cancelled tonight. Seems to be close because it is not possible to practice. There isn't time for fitness training tonight. Is there a time? Obviously, when practice is cancelled, they can go for fitness. So this option B is wrong. Next, the footballers can't meet tonight. Are they meeting or aren't they meeting? If they go to ground for practice, they can meet. If they go for fitness center, they can meet. That's why the very keyword can't meet is wrong here. They can meet. So, football practice is cancelled, but they are meeting in the fitness center. That meaning we should be able to understand, comprehend. Now, the fourth message. Jami, phone message from Kara. She is going swimming tonight and says, would you like to go with her? Phone her before 7 please. Dad has received this call and telling it to Jami, and Kara would like to meet her. Dad wants Jami to phone him. No, Dad has sent the message that Jami should phone Kara. So that's why it is not the right option, rightly conveying. Kara wants to meet Jami at 7. Is it at 7 o'clock that she wants to meet, or before 7 that she has to receive the phone call? That she is expecting phone call from Jami before 7. It is not to meet at 7 o'clock. The time is not mentioned for meeting. The next one, Kara wants to go swimming with Jami. Obviously, she is going swimming tonight and says, would you like to go with her? She would like to inquire. So that's why this option C is the right one. Now the last message. Paulo, here is the information about the sports center. So they are talking about sports center. I always go on Tuesday evenings. Ring me if you can come with me next Tuesday. Marco. Marco has given this message to Paulo. Marco goes to the sports center every week. Every week is a key word here. Does it mean every day of the week or one particular day of every week? We should get the clarity for this. Next, Paulo and Marco often go to the sports center together. Ring me if you can come with me next Tuesday. There is no indication that they both go together. So that's why it is absolutely wrong. Paulo sometimes go to the sports center on Tuesdays. Always go on Tuesday evenings. Who goes? Marco goes, but not Paulo. So Tuesdays is correct. Tuesdays that you can find the same word in the message, but it is not Marco, it is Paulo that is mentioned in the option. So finally, every Tuesday, every evening is every week Tuesday that he goes. So option A is correct here. So in this way, you have to read and you have to observe each, that is find the meaning of each word. The words may distract you, your attention, or confuse you. That's why repeatedly that you have to focus on the given message. And you have to thoroughly understand the meaning when you apply these choices. And in this way, you will have part 1 of Cambridge Preliminary English Test. And here the exam advice is that in the beginning we have categorized. It is a text message, it is an email, it is a post-it note. Why should we do it? Look at the text and decide what they are. Example, post-it note, an email, etc. It will help you to answer the questions easily. That's why first categorize what type of message is this, who has given it to whom, and for what purpose that it has been given, what they would like to convey. So in this way, when we systematically approach towards every question, we will be able to answer them correctly at the end. Now, this is all about part 1 of reading test of PET. Thank you.